I said, baby. Hello. My name is Simone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This YouTube is now a new adventure that I have been having a desire to explore, to figure out. It's something that I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and now I am making good on doing all the things that I said I was going to do. In my last year, in my 20s, next year in July, I will be 30, which is super exciting. So right now in this season of life, I am in a season of doing everything that I said I was going to do, doing everything that the Lord has called me to do. And part of that is this YouTube journey. So if any of the things, the topics, the interests that I talk about today seem to pique your interest, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, like, comment, share, all the good stuff. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so today's discussion is going to be a rebrand, renew, and revamp. If I look down at any point, it is because I do have notes, just because I wanted to be very intentional with what I was going to discuss, and this will help me stay on track. If you know me, you know I like to talk, so it's easy for me to go like and just go off. But today we are going to remain focused, we are going to remain diligent, and we are going to stay on track. So I just want to talk about a couple of things. I feel like I am in a season that a lot of women I have encountered are in a similar season, a season of rebranding, renewing, revamping. A lot of that has looked very faith-based. My faith is something that I absolutely love. It is something that I love. It's something that I have embraced over this past year. I have seen tremendous changes in my life. Once I gave my yes to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, I have seen just tremendous changes, strides, leaps, bounds happen in my life, and it has been frightening to say the least at times, but a lot of the time it has been very, very, very refreshing. Really helped me grow as a person. One thing that I will say that has helped me is obedience, is being obedient, and just understanding what obedience looks like, being obedient to the Lord's word, knowing what he is calling me to do, being diligent in doing the things that he's telling me to do. I will never forget, a little story time. I'll never forget when I have a boyfriend. We've been together, next month it will be 2 years. My man. He is absolutely great. But we've been together for almost 2 years, and he is very faith-based. He grew up in church. He's like very serious about his faith, and I love that. I love that about him, a very good man of God. And we're not really thinking like about, I don't want to say we weren't thinking about the decisions that we were making, but you know, you're in love, you love each other, you want to spend time together. So I was moving. We work at the same company. We actually met at work. We are both, and that's a story time for another day, which I don't mind sharing. If you want to hear that story, just drop a comment below, and I don't mind making a video sharing that. But we are both engineers. He is a systems manufacturing engineer, and I am a manufacturing engineer. And so we met at work, and we have been together for almost a year, and I needed to move because I was just commuting. I was driving very far to work. It just didn't make sense. I was spending a lot of money. So we decided that it would make sense for me to move in with him. So I go and I move in with him. At this point, I had already given my yes to Jesus Christ. And from there, I had spent more time, like outside of being saved. I always knew Jesus, but outside of being saved in my life, I had spent more time outside of a close, intimate relationship with him, more than I had spent time with him. So for me, I didn't really understand what it felt like to fully hear like silence from the Lord. And but I do know that like I started having less of a desire to pray, less of a desire to read my word. And I was like, I was on fire for the Lord. So for me, it was like I was changing. I almost wasn't recognizing myself. I was changing so much, great changes, right? But it was just so crazy because I just felt silence and I couldn't put a finger on it. My boyfriend was feeling it too. And we just kind of were like, you know, trying to figure it out. And we came across an article that talked about, is living together before marriage a sin? And we were like, you know, the Bible doesn't say anything about that. Like, it can't be. So we decided to read the article. We talked about it. And then we decided like, okay, let's talk to some elders in the church. So he talked to some elders in the church, some men, and I talked to some women, some wives, and they basically confirmed what the article had said. Like, you know, it was like devastating for me, because for me this is normal, right? No shame, no anything towards anybody who has done it. I've done it. I'm perfectly imperfect, just like the rest of us. So we did it, and it was just really like, oh my gosh, like eye-opening, like I can't believe this. And after that, it was like, you know, once you know, you are no longer ignorant to it, so you can't just sit there and act like, oh, like, you know, like it's whatever. So it was just like nagging. So it was like, okay, we had to sit down and we made a decision. He was going to move outside of his house. He owns a home. But I was like, you know, I never lived by myself. I never experienced having my own place or anything. So I was like, nah, like, I just don't feel comfortable being in a whole house by myself. And honestly, I'm scared of the dark. So I'm like, I don't think that I'm gonna do well. Even when I've stayed there when he's been out of town, I'm like, ooh, you know, I'm waiting on our dog to like let me know if something's happening. So I was like, I don't think that's for me. So I was like, I think it's best that like I find a place. And he was like, I'm gonna help you with, like, you know, he helped me with everything. It was a very, very smooth transition. Now, the journey, like, it was an emotional journey. We didn't get there like, oh yay, like it's a move, yay. I was crying. Like, I was like, you would have thought we were breaking up. Like, for me, I was just heartbroken, absolutely like devastated. I'm like, my Lord would not do this to me. Like, why would he do this to me? Like, what did I do? And, you know, I just got confirmation, because in my head, I didn't tell anybody, but in my head, I'm like, wow, like, I was like, we're taking a step backwards. Like, I can't believe this is happening. We're taking a step backwards. And I realized, like, no, it's not a step backwards. It's a step forward to be aligned with the Lord and how he has ordained us to be in relationships. So after that, like, I was like, I'm good, because, you know, my God got me. So we good. So after that, I was on the hunt. Looking for apartments. And let me tell you, like, the journey to find a good apartment out here is not for the weak. I went through so many apartments. Like, I had one situation where we went to go look at the apartment and put up to the building. It's on a nice side of town. So I'm like, oh, this apartment's gonna be perfect. Like, it's gonna be nice. Like, I know it. Let me tell you, we pulled up. I felt like I was in The Wire. And no shade, but it was like people were on the roof. Like, people were on the roof making calls, like, to each other. They were like scoping out the scene. I was like, what is going on? Property manager comes down. Like, you would think if you're a property manager or somebody's like trying to get you to rent an apartment, they're very nice or personable. She just like, she didn't even really acknowledge us. She was just kind of like, oh, here's the apartment. Showed the apartment and didn't even explain, like, there's sawdust, there's dirt all on the floor. I'm like, what is going on? So my boyfriend, he asked, like, he asked her, like, oh, are they doing construction? Like, are they working on the apartment? And she was like, yeah. We were like, oh, okay. The price point was great. The side of town it was on was absolutely great. We went through the whole apartment. It was solid size, 2-bedroom, 1 bath. And I didn't need 2 bedrooms, but for the price, I was like, okay, I'll take 2 bedrooms for, you know, if it's a reasonable price, like, why not have a little office? And I went in the bathroom and I saw the bathroom and I said, baby, why would you show anybody an apartment that looks like this? You wouldn't even, you didn't try to clean it up? Nothing. There was a roach. And there's two things I don't do. I don't do rats and I don't do roaches. And there was a roach in the bathroom, and it wasn't dead. It was alive, like antennas were like, and I was like, my boyfriend was so pissed. He was like, let's go. Like, we're out of here. So we hurry up, we left. We were just like, I think the lady reached out to me too, asking me if I was gonna rent. And I was like, I'm okay, thank you. So then find another apartment. This situation was more like a house in the front and then like a separate unit in the back. The garage had been turned into an apartment. When I say it was nice, wood floors, washer and dryer included, dishwasher, stainless steel appliances, like deep, I don't know what those sinks are called, but like, you know, the deep metal sinks, had those. Everything was nice, everything was new. The only thing was is there were spiders, but you could spray for that, right? It's better than roaches. And when we were there, she couldn't meet me because she lived in another area that's like 45 minutes from where we live. And so she had her cousin come. Her cousin came to show the apartment. In the middle of us like being in the viewing, we just hear like a boom, 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 like not like a knock, like a bang, like open the door up. And we're nervous because we're like, wait, what did we step into? From there, the lady like shoves an envelope, and she has her son with her. She shoves an envelope at the lady. And when she does, she's like, yeah, we'll be out of here. And I'm like, oh, dang, did she just serve them eviction paper? Or like she's leaving her 30-day notice? Not eviction papers, her 30-day notice. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like what is going on? So I just like brush it off because I'm like, maybe they got into it. Like there's just so many things that happens when you're renting a place, right? And the girl was like, I don't know what that is. Like this is for my cousin. So I was like, okay. Go outside, and when the cousin's finishing like answering questions, and we're in the front in the main house because the lady lived in the main house. When I say that lady was standing outside and going off, I mean she was going up. Like she was like, don't rent here. The lady is a black woman who's getting over on her own people, and the AC units are not installed properly. My kids and I were inhaling drywall. She is manipulative. She is a slumlord. There was roaches. The place flooded. I'm just like, and it was crazy because like I wanted this apartment so bad. Like I prayed to God, like, God, if it is your will, let me get this apartment. Let it work out, right? And what were the odds? Like all of the red flags just were like, just popping out. And I was like, man, this is crazy. So my boyfriend and I listened to what she had to say because he went with me. We listened to what she had to say, and then later the lady who owned the property called me. And when she called me, she was just like, that lady's crazy. She's a terrible tenant. She was like laughing on the phone. And I'm just like, it just didn't make me feel comfortable because if somebody was accusing me of all these things, I just would not laugh about it, or it was just like a bit dismissive. And I was like, so let's say like what that lady's saying is true, right? Like, am I gonna run into a situation where you would possibly dismiss what I'm saying? So I was just like, I think it's best for me to like maybe just like not rent here. So she was like, let me know if you want to fill out the application, blah, 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 blah. So I didn't. So then the next apartment I found was like the apartment that I'm currently in now. And it just ended up being perfect for me. Like, the community is not bad. Like all the neighbors, me and my neighbors, we kind of keep to ourselves. There's kids that play outside. So if you hear any like, and like any slamming, it's the kids because they like to get out the house, and I don't blame them. Kids are playing outside. And then what else? I have a dishwasher, a washer and dryer. I have a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. The price point is great. Like it just all worked out like perfectly. So I was like, I can't even be mad at it. It all worked out perfectly. So that is where I currently am. And today, October 20th, marks a year that I've been living in my own space, and I absolutely love it. I feel like long story short, all that was just like some craziness that happened while I was looking. But I really feel like I needed to be in this space to build a closer and more intimate relationship with the Lord, to focus on myself and do the things that I said that I was going to do. And that is the season that I'm in. Learning how I like to live, learning how I like my space, creating my own little feng shui, my own little environment. And I absolutely love it. Like, I love my apartment. I love my space. I just have enjoyed it. I've embraced it. And something that felt so negative or so bad just was like, it turned out to be so great. So that has been my journey, and that took a lot of faith to have. Another subject that I want to talk about in faith is like friendships and relationships. That is another area that I have seen, it felt like, take a loss. But as times went on, I'm like, nothing is a loss. Everything that happens is in God's ordained order. And a lot of things, as you grow, you continue to change. Everybody's growing in their different directions. People are figuring out who they are, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think that I am in a season where I am just embracing myself. There's a lot of new, exciting things that are coming up for me, and I am just focused on that. I'm watering my friendships that I have, and it really is hard at the time. Not even just friendships, relationships with people, right? Is when you expect certain people to be in your life for a long time, and then it just doesn't work out that way. And as much as it hurts, right? It's like, there is a reason. Today at church, our pastor was talking about, it's like when God removes, he replaces with greater. So he's not going to take from you just a take. He is going to give you much, much more than you could have ever imagined. So I am just in that season of embracing that, being obedient, loving on all those that he's calling me to love on, and being obedient to his word. And that is another journey that has been taking a lot of trust and faith, but it's a never-ending journey. So we continue on. So that is a little bit of the recap of the last year, 2 years of my, really like 2 years of my life. So as we enter to the rebrand subject, what rebranding looks like for us ladies can look like a multitude of different things. I definitely think once we're stepping into another chapter, like for me, my chapter is ending my 20s and going to my 30s. And I remember when I was younger, I was like, I'm gonna be 30. Like, I don't want to tell people I'm gonna be 30. Like, I was just happy to be in my 20s. Like, I just want to be in my 20s forever. But to be honest with you, I am so excited for my 30s. Like, I feel like my 30s are going to be even better than my 20s because I've learned so much, I've grown so much, and I'm able to take that knowledge and apply it to this next chapter. And I just look forward to that. I'm wiser, I'm more mature, I have more of an idea. My 20s, I spent a lot of time figuring out who I wanted myself to be, and now I'm in a season of being who the Lord has called me to be, and I absolutely love that. So what that looks like in rebranding is, part of that is going to be going through my closet. So in the next couple of weeks, we will be going through my closet, and I will take you all on the journey with me, because let me tell you, over the years, I have accumulated so many clothes. I became like a clothing hoarder. Like, over the years, I've accumulated so many clothes. I practically was like hoarding clothes. Like, it was insane. I've given away 8 bags of clothes at the very least. At least 15 pairs of shoes, and I still have so much stuff that I am going to give away. Like, when I say rebranding, I mean everything. We are gutting the closet from jeans that we are no longer wearing, jeans that we can no longer fit, jeans that don't fit our style. As you change from the inside out, you are also going to change from the outside, right? And you want to always represent yourself in a manner that is respectable to you, that is respectable to the Lord, and that people can see who you are, not to appease people, but to represent yourself in all rooms. And I envision my style that I'm stepping into as, how sometimes you have like these are my church clothes, these are my going out clothes. Like, no, I want my clothes to be versatile. I want to be able to mix and match anything, and I can wear it anywhere and carry myself in a certain manner, which I already do, but I want my wardrobe to represent that. So we are gonna be revamping, and when I say not just clothes, I mean clothes, shoes, undergarments, pajamas, all of the good stuff. You know, another thing is like pajamas. I have pajamas, and pajamas versus wearing t-shirts. T-shirts are great. Sometimes I'll work out in them. Sometimes like I'll chill around the house. But the reality is with t-shirts is that it doesn't give me grown woman. I love my pajamas over my I love my pajamas over my t-shirt feel and vibe. So I am like, we are going to go through that, and we are going to, you know, redo the drawers, the closet, everything. And the beautiful thing is that we are going to see a lot of deals because it is October. So you know what that means. Black Friday's coming up, all the Christmas shopping, Cyber Monday, the New Year's deals, like everything. It's about to be shopping galore. Now, we're not going to be greedy. We're going to get what we need and only things that we will wear, but we will be embracing the deals, because one thing about me is, girl math, I love a good deal. And the way my mind works, girl math, is if I get rid of stuff, now I can replace it. So it's not like I lost my clothes. I gave them away, but I'm replacing it with things that I need, right? So we are going to be embracing that and focusing on that. Another area that we will be embracing and focusing on is who God has called us to be. So what that looks like is all the things that you know were promised to you, that you were supposed to do, that you were called to do that. Focus on it, embrace it, of course, cover it, pray about it, ask God for the will, ask if it is his will, ask him if it is his will, and then ask him to cover it and cover you during this journey. When you are moving in his favor with his grace, moving in his favor with his grace and being obedient, you will never, and I mean never, 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 never go wrong. So that is definitely some of the areas. So that is some of it. And as time goes on and we continue on this journey, that rebranding will look new. We'll continue to add to it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So I hope that it is helpful for other people that are in the same season. I know that I've been in this season, and I've been looking to see other people that are experiencing the same things and what this looks like and kind of navigating it. And I just want to share this journey with others. So now we are on to the next one, renew. So what renew looks like, I think that is 4 areas that we want to focus on, and that is mind, body, spirit, and faith. So what that looks like is mind. We want to renew our mind. So we want to change the way we think. We want to grow. We want to learn. We want to expand, explore. You are never too old to stop learning. For me, what that looks like is I am in school. I am in women's Bible study groups. I am constantly talking to people, all kinds of people, just learning, trying to just soak up information. I want to learn. I am a sponge. I will never stop learning. But in this season, I am in a very much so academic season, and we want to continue to absorb all the resources, knowledge, and wisdom that we are being provided with, you know? So renewing our mind, going to therapy. I have a therapist, and let me tell you, that woman is absolutely amazing. And your therapist, I know a lot of the times we could get caught up on like, oh, my therapist, they need to look like me and so on and so forth. My therapist is not the same ethnicity as me, but when I tell you the amount of wisdom, of patience, of growth this woman has helped me to obtain has been phenomenal. And that is because her character of who she is and what she knows just supersedes me even focusing. I gave her a chance, and we have to look at therapy and finding a therapist like dating, right? If you date somebody and you don't like them, you're not like, oh, I'm never dating anybody ever in the entirety of earth. Like, I'm never gonna do this again. You are gonna eventually give somebody else a chance. Now, What kind of person you give a chance, that would probably be different, but you're going to give somebody else a chance. So we have to treat other things, give them the same fairness, and finding a therapist is like that. You might not be a good fit for a patient for them. They might not be a good fit for a therapist for you, and that is okay. But you sit there, you figure that out, and then you move on to the next therapist. But be open-minded, because you will be shocked what you can learn from someone else who does not look like you per se. So now we're on to spirit. Spirit is your aura, your energy. We want to focus on being positive. Positivity is absolutely beautiful. It radiates off of you. Your energy is different. You have a different light about you. Prior to the growth that I received and experienced from the grace and covering from the Lord and embracing my yes, I felt like a level of heaviness on me, like literally, like I felt heavy, my energy did. I felt always like a little more flustered, and now it's just like I feel lighter, like I feel like I move in peace. I have more peace and happiness, and I'm just like free. Now, I won't ever say that I don't go through things. We all go through things, and that's okay. But the way that you'll never stop going through things. What matters is how you handle what comes your way. And I think that like the way I handle things is just completely different. And I just love that. I love who I'm becoming. I am proud of who I'm becoming. And I know the Lord is, and He is going to help me to continue to grow and continue to figure out who that is and what that looks like. So we want to renew our spirit, because when your spirit is renewed, when you are growing, when you are changing, you have a level of attraction that pulls people to you. And that doesn't mean just like romantic relationships where, you do want men to want you for the right things, or you want somebody to want you for the right things, but it has people attracted to you. It's a different type of energy. You don't want to be around somebody whose spirit is dark and mopey and negative. You want to be around people that are going to champion you to move in the right direction and make the right steps. And that is what we want to focus on. So the next is the body. Now, let me tell you what that looks like is stewardship. And that is another area that the Lord has me in this season. But stewardship, we want to be good stewards over everything that we are given. And part of that is also our bodies. So what that looks like is, working out, taking good care of yourself, eating right. Now, let me tell you, I'm always going to get down on some soul food. I'm going to cook some catfish. I'm going to eat some fried chicken, some yams, some greens, some oxtails. I love it. I love it. But I can't eat like that all the time. It is genuinely not healthy for me. I have to have some discipline to look and feel the way that I want. That can look different ways, whether that's going to the gym a couple of weeks. And when you physically feel better, you mentally feel better. You have more energy. You are you feel better in your clothes going out. And I don't mean like you have to go out to the club, but I mean like going out and doing things. You don't have to worry about, oh, this doesn't fit me well, and so on and so forth. You want to take care of your body. This video that I came across, I remember I came across it a couple months ago. And this woman was talking about everything's about perspective. And it's easy for us to take advantage of the things that we are blessed with. So for instance, like while we might complain about our body, right? We'll be like, oh, I wish I didn't have this, or I wish I had more of this. It's like there's somebody who is literally praying for that body. They are praying to have the ability to be able to get up without assistance and go to the gym. The home that we want the bigger home. There's somebody praying for the little home that we got, right? The job that we can't stand, the people that frustrate us, you know what I mean? There's always somebody praying for the things that we can easily take for granted. And you never want to take your physical health for granted. Your body is very important, and it is a temple, and we will treat it as such. So for me, what that's been looking like is I've been doing the 75 medium. Boy, oh boy, has that been a journey. Like a journey, like a complete journey. I want to say I'm 41 days in. So I have about 34 days left. And what it consists of is, I couldn't do the hard because with my schedule, I work 10-hour days, 4 days a week. I just don't have the capacity. On top of that, I'm in school. I just don't have the time realistically to do an indoor and an outdoor workout. So what that looks like for me is a 45-minute workout a day. reading 10 pages, taking a progress picture, drinking a gallon of water, following a healthy diet, so whatever you choose it to be, and no cheat meals and no alcohol. So it has been great since I started the challenge. I can't remember the day that I started. I'll have to go look at my app to see. But I know that I am down 14 pounds. I'm down 14 pounds. My boyfriend's doing it too. He is down 13 pounds. So we have lost a good amount of weight. We feel better. We're fitting into our clothes better, because it was getting to the point where I was like, am I going to keep having to buy clothes? And not even that I have a problem, but like, this is costing money. Like girl, who got time for that? Who has time for that? I'm not going to keep doing that. I'm not. So I was like, I got to make a change. And, entering 30, that's another thing. Let me tell you, I am going to be a good steward over this body, because I want this body to treat me well as well. So with that being said, yes, that has been a journey, but an awesome journey to say the least. So yeah, and then faith, diving into our word, focusing on the Lord, building our relationship, because I promise you, if you show up for him the way he'll show up for you in return, is unmatched. It is unmatched. Love, unconditional. Energy, you can't even compare it. What it feels like to be in his grace, in his favor, in his presence. Like, it's amazing. It is amazing. And we are God's girls, and being God's girls, we are going to move like such. So we are going to dive into our word. We are going to do Bible study. We are going to read our word. We're going to read the gospel, and we are going to be diligent. Now, what that looks like is we are going to also extend grace, right? Because the Lord extends grace for us. So what do we look like going around and like holding people to like, you can't, just, I don't know what I said, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like, you're just like, on people, because it's like the Lord forgives us. So who are we to not forgive others? We aren't above anybody. We aren't better than anybody. Who are we to not forgive anybody? Because if we don't forgive people, if we don't give people grace, what if he took that same grace from us? Next thing you know, we looking like, wow, you don't forgive me? Like, exactly. So we are going to dive deep into our word. We are going to be diligent. We are going to be focused. We are going to change our habits. A good book that I finished reading is Atomic Habits. That is a great book. Right now, I am doing a devotional series, not a devotional, but a Bible study with the women's group in my church. We're doing a women's Bible study, and it is a breaking free. It's called Breaking Free, and it is like absolutely amazing. It is like a study, like you are in school. So that is another suggestion, which I can make another video about that later. If anybody wants to hear about that, just let me know, leave a comment, and I will make one about that. We are on to revamp. So revamp looks like embracing what we know, right? We know these things. We know, a lot of us know what we need to do. We're just not doing it. So what we're going to do is embrace that, and we're going to revamp our mind, our habits, our energy. We are going to step into the season of doing the things that we said we're going to do and focus on the areas that need to grow. And we're going to grow in all of these areas. For me, what revamping looks like, and some of you might be able to relate, is like my career, just focusing on that. Revamp, I am going to be focusing on the next steps in my career and what that looks like. As I said, I am a manufacturing engineer. I work in the aerospace sector at my job. We have different sectors, but my sector that I'm in is aerospace. And I am going to make some series too about becoming an engineer. I am blessed to have that role, very much so. I don't even have an engineering degree. I do have a degree, but not an engineering degree. I will make a video about how that came about too. It's nothing but favor. Nothing but favor. But yes, it is absolutely great. I've been in the engineering realm in June, it'll be 3 years. Absolutely amazing. The amount of opportunities, tremendous. And I want to connect. I know there are a lot of Black women that are engineers, but we want to continue to have more of us. Even if you're not Black, more women engineers. We deserve to be here. And as someone who is in a male-dominated industry, it can be very intimidating. But guess what? We are here to stay, and we are going to continue to grow and climb and do everything that is meant for us to do. So we will focus on a segment of career and what that looks like and growing it, and just being transparent and vulnerable with some of the things that we're going through at work. And you don't have to just be an engineer, right? There's plenty of rules, but I think as women, we have to be transparent about the place that we are in and things that we're feeling in corporate America and some of the issues that we're encountering and what we can do to continue to grow and learn and share resources. Be a sister, be a friend, because we are more powerful together than we are apart, period. And that's just that on that. So also my business, as I didn't mention earlier, but I'm going to mention now, I have an event planning business. So I am also a business owner. I'm an event planner. I have a business called Mo Life Events. Everybody calls me Mo, even though my name is Simone, so that will give you an idea of why it's called that. I will share our Instagram here. Put the link down below as well to my business Instagram. And if you are near the Los Angeles area and you need an event, I mean, we do everything: proposals, baby showers, birthday parties, birthday dinners, date nights out, picnics, you name it, like, we can do it. So that is another area that I'm focused on giving my attention and time to that and growing my business, which has been a journey. Being a business owner is not easy. There are times where you feel very discouraged and frustrated with things that are going on, but you just gotta put on your boots and keep on marching. And I know I'm not the only one, but I do want to share some tips and tricks and things that we can all learn. I want to learn. I want to share what I know, because you don't learn information. Nobody gets ahead without help. So we are here to help one another. I'm going to help you. You're going to help me. And we're going to grow. We're going to grow, and we're going to be committed, because consistency is key. Consistency and faith is key. Period. Another area that I'm focusing on is school. As I said, I'm getting my Master of Science in Industrial Engineering. It is a journey. It's been beautiful. It's been a blessing for my life. It's taught me a lot. And I'm just looking forward to continuing to chase that, to grow, to learn. And we gonna get this discussion on. My school girls, my grad school girls, my business owners, my career ladies, my corporate women, my 9-to-5s, my godly women, my God's girls. We are on a journey, and we are making moves, and we are unstoppable, and we are going to continue to grow. And I am so excited on this first step that we are all taking. I look forward to everything that we've discussed. I will continue to share information. I will continue to put out videos, and please hold me accountable for everything that I said I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hold you all accountable. I'm gonna hold you accountable for what you say you're gonna do, and we are gonna grow, because that is what life is about. Constant, consistent growth, being a better version of ourselves than we were yesterday. And that looks different every single day. I love this. This is very near and dear to my heart. Creating a YouTube channel and making good on it is something that I've been wanting to do for like so long. I've just sat in fear and anxiety and worry and, like a level of discomfort. But I'm like, hey, you know what? Fear is not needed. Fear is not required. Fear, I don't fear anything. I am going to move forward, and I'm going to be consistent, and I look forward to sharing this journey. I look forward to this journey, growing, learning, loving, living, thriving, sharing, connecting, networking. I know I just listed a lot of words, but we're going to do everything. That's it. There's no way to summarize it. So thank you so much for watching my video, tuning into my channel. If you liked anything that I discussed, if you want me to discuss anything else, please leave a comment below and we can talk about it. Other than that, please like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. I look forward to connecting with you all. Until next time.
Close captions on every word spoken. Watching my words cause I'm chosen. And I cannot fail to commit. This is my time and I know it. I gotta show. Shine brightest in the moonlight. Shine brightest in the nighttime.